like a Christmas period. Hope everybody has a blessed New Year ahead. We're joined today by Marius, Louw, and Coach Ricardo Loubscher. The session will be about 10 minutes because we've got a team meeting immediately after this. So we're going to try and keep it short and sweet. Everybody all good?
Okay.
All good.
Okay, so we'll just do a show of hands just to get a bit of flow going, and everybody can get their questions out there. So we can start whenever you guys are ready. Yes, Jan, you can go for it.
Thank you very much. Can you guys hear me?
Yes,
We
Jan,
can hear you. Could hear you.
Thanks. I'll start with Ricardo. Obviously, it's never, I mean, everybody knows it's this time of the year and all the teams in the same boat. But you guys had a break. So how does it impact the continuity of the team when you have a break and then you're going to come back? And what have you guys done to alleviate that?
No, I think just to get away a bit, spend a bit of time with family and friends. I think mentally that was good for us. So the timing of the break was perfect. I think the main focus for us is to make sure we're ready for this week and just put in a good performance against the Sharks on the weekend.
And then for Marius, obviously we know the Sharks are not having a good year, but they got obviously a proper team, and you've been there. You know how easy it is to turn things around. What are you expecting from them? And obviously, what do you tell your teammates about playing this time of the year in the Shark Tank?
Yeah, we obviously know playing at this time of the year is very humid. I think 99 to 100% of the guys have played in, at Kings Park. So Hollywood beats Kings Park, I guess. It is definitely a lot more humid than what it used to be in the past few weeks. So maybe we expect a little bit of rain. Actually, looking back now, there is quite some hot weather. So hot, humid, and wet. It's a slippery ball. Going back to your questions about performance, I think they obviously everyone's looking for that one game to try and sync things together. So that's what we're going to try and do. We're going to focus on ourselves and not read too much into anything else other than us.
Yeah. How do you deal with the humidity and the slippery ball in there? I mean, I know it's always says you got to better control, but how do you control it better? Do you shorter passes, longer passes, kick more? How do you deal with it?
Yeah, I think it's about game management a little bit, making sure we play in the right areas of the field. I think the Sharks have been doing that also. So as soon as you play in the right areas of the field, you start getting confidence, and I think then things start sticking. As soon as you start making a lot of mistakes in your own area of the field, that's when your own confidence drops. So if you can play in the right areas of the field, everything will start sticking.
Yeah. Last one from me, Ricardo. What is this game? Where does this game stand in the broader season? I mean, you guys also after this, you got a couple of European games coming up again. Where does this stand in terms of your overall season between the two competitions?
Look, I think it's not like we're going to go this week and try and do something different. It's all about just focusing on our process, get our prep right, get our performance right, make sure we train well. So we're not going to make a big thing about whether it's the Sharks or whether it's the Bulls. So it's a normal week for us. Our focus is just to make sure we prepare well, get our detail right, and make sure we tick in the right boxes.
Thanks, Jan. Brendan?
Yeah, good morning, guys, and Happy New Year and all that. I suppose probably requires more for you, but either of you can answer. I'm just interesting. I'm chatting to a bunch of people, and obviously the Christmas, New Year's fixtures in URC are a set thing. But in South Africa, obviously there seems to be a feeling, especially up north here, that it heavily favors the coastal sides. Because of the time of year and just the mindset and everything like that. You guys chose to postpone both your Christmas and New Year's fixtures there. Just wondering if your reasons as a team were for it and behind it, and do you think it does favour the coastal sides at that time? Obviously, commercially, it's quite popular, as we've seen the last couple of weeks there in Cape Town.
Look, we can't speak on behalf of the coastal teams, but I think for us, just mentally to get the break from experience the last year or so, previous seasons, we just thought maybe the timing of this year's, especially with the festive days, it's good for us just to get a mental break, get away from rugby, spend time with family and friends. And this week is all about just reset, make sure we prepare well, and yeah, as I said, make sure we're ticking the right boxes.
And then maybe just Marius, just you've played at the Sharks, you know how the mindset is there. John Plumtree had last week after the Stormers game said part of the thing is that there's almost this mindset that the Springboks have to come and save them all the time. That they need to increase their squad depth and how good they are without the Springboks more than anything else. You've played there, but I'm not so much about them, about your team as such. You guys are a team literally without Springboks and without, I suppose, superstars when in comparison to the Sharks. Just how does that play a difference in the team mindset, preparing for a game and playing for each other rather than looking to big names to come and do something special in the game?
Yeah, I think going back to us, we're big on cohesion and consistency, and I think that's what we've built over the last year and a half, season and a half, if you'd like to say it like that. And I think it's something we pride ourselves on, is the way we go about ourselves with each other on the field, and each guy has a big role to play, and I think we rely on every single guy in the whole squad to make us better and to grow this union. And I think that's where we have a healthy and hungry squad, and that helps a lot.
Thanks, guys. I'm happy.
Thanks, Brendan.
Thanks, Brendan. Heinz?
Hi guys, hope you're well. Happy New Year to you. Ricardo, just sort of like adding on to Marius talking about conditions this weekend. Just wanted to hear how you guys had a very pertinent preseason build-up in Durban and on the KwaZulu-Natal coast. You're hoping that sort of like comes back to help you guys in this game?
Look, as Marius said, I think especially when you go down to Durban, a big part of your game is definitely your game management. So you gotta almost want to make sure you hold on to the right opportunities in terms of possession. Yeah, if you don't find yourself on the front foot and on your own half, you got to think about where to make plans to get out of your half, and I think that's where our kicking game comes into play. I think the big thing there is to make sure you get that right, play in the right areas, make sure you when you get opportunities in their half is to build scoreboard pressure.
Thanks, Heinz. Ati?
Thanks, Taki. Hi, Coach. How are you?
How are you?
Good. Coach, just looking at the performances from the Sharks and the past weekend, what are you reading in terms of the tactics that they deployed against the Stormers?
Look, as Marius said, we don't want to read into that game. You don't want to read too much into that game and where they're sitting on a lock. I think that will probably be the biggest mistake. You look at that squad, there's just quality across the park. Our focus this week is, we almost repeating ourselves. A big focus is to make sure that we get our process right and get our performance right.
Coach, just before the break, you guys had very good momentum on your side. How important will it be again to just pick it up from where you left off from this weekend?
Yeah, I think that's important. You go back to the Castle game. Yeah, we got the right result, but performance-wise, we weren't happy with that. So I think that will be a big focus for us to make sure for 80 minutes we put in a good performance. And as I said, just nail our process, stick to our plan, and when we get opportunities, to make sure we turn pressure into points.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Ati. Colleagues, anybody else? Jan, your hand up?
Yeah, I'll have another one. Ricardo, in terms of the conditions itself, what are we expecting? I mean, I haven't looked at the weather yet. Are we expecting rain? Because Marius spoke about rain and then the humidity. Are we expecting rain for Saturday?
Yeah, we still have to check the weather, but what we definitely can expect is the humidity. I've spent a bit of time now in Durban over New Year's and Christmas. So yeah, it's always hot and the humidity is always a factor. Yeah, we still need to check just to make sure there's no rain. But as I said, we need to make sure we expect anything, prepare well, and make sure we get our performance right.
Yeah, my final one, injury-wise, have we got anybody that's out or coming back?
Yeah, we got a few guys, but they're not available for this game. A few guys coming back from long-term injuries, but yeah, so far we're lucky with a healthy squad. Yeah, so we can build on just the Newcastle game in terms of performance, continuity. But for us, it's all about just the next game in front of us. Make sure there's cohesion, there's togetherness, and yeah, and play well as a team.
You sort of share some of those names with us. Sorry, the guys that are definitely out or guys that are coming back.
Yeah, we look at Notis. He's not available for this game. Dreyer. Yeah, did I left out someone? Yeah, I think there's maybe names that yeah, just pop up now. But otherwise, we know good position.
And who's coming back?
Notis and Dreyer.
But not for this game.
Not for this game, no.
Thank you, Jan.
Ricardo, sorry, it's 29 Saturday and sunny at the moment. It doesn't look like it's raining. So
Okay, thanks for the feedback. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Brendan. All right, colleagues, anybody else with last questions before we wrap it up?
I'm all good.
All right, colleagues, thank you so much for this session. Really appreciate it. Hope you guys have a lekker few days off before we get back into game day. Thanks, gentlemen.
Dankie, bye.
Cheers, guys.
guys.
All the best.
Thanks, bye.